Yo, what's up, Blackish fam? It's your boy B. Some more of this cat WunTayk, right? We're gonna go into another. We're gonna do a reaction to one of his songs. This one is actually a freestyle. It's a what's Poppin remix. Well, I imagine it's a freestyle, but I guess you could have wrote this. But right, what does it mean nowadays? Because nowadays cats be like, all right, I'm a freestyle, and they start pulling out their phone. Yo, when I was young, that kind of meant you were coming out the dome, right? You were just going, yo, I could throw you a word, right? Like that. What's that dude? Harry Mack, right? That's freestyle. That you throw a word out and they can reference it in the rhyme, right? But anyway, yo, I want to check out this guy WunTayk. I was kind of impressed with. We just did a reaction of one of his records called Black Man. I guess I'm dating myself by calling it a record, but. It's he put out this What's Poppin' remix. I like the references in the last song. He has some wordplay. He referenced Malcolm X. Definitely becoming a fan of his work. So, yo, this is the second or third thing we look at from this cat. This is the What's Poppin' remix. And, of course, I got the lyrics here for you guys as well. Smooth me over here. All right. Let's get to it. That beat is sick.
Get naked, meet me on the strip like bacon. My favorite. This shit I got amazing. Still lit, I'm hot, I'm blazing.
He kind of got that Wheezy flow in this, right? I kind of expected more of the what's that white boy? But yo, he said, what did he say in the beginning? He said, "What's shaking? Let's get real. Stop faking." And then he said, "Get naked, meet me on the strip like bacon." That could be meet me on the strip, right? Like the Las Vegas Strip, but also like strips of bacon, right? Yo, that's sick. It's just funny, right? It's just good wordplay. But let's get right to it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, right?
What's shaking? Let's get real, stop faking. Get naked, meet me on the strip like bacon. My favorite. This shit I got amazing. Still lit, I'm hot, I'm blazing. One shit down here, I'm saving. Different kind of meal I'm chasing, but I still might need my apron.
Yo, that's just, he gets right into it, right? He said, my favorite, this shit I got, right? He said he got the wordplay with being hot, right? He says, I'm still lit, I'm hot, I'm blazing. But he says this shit down here, I'm Satan, right? He's implying that he's in hell. But he's also saying, like, yo, I'm Satan. I'm also the ruler of hell. What I don't get right away is the reference to different kind of mill I'm chasing. Because it would be different kind of mill. Most people would assume you're looking for the bag, right? You're trying to get your first million. But it could be the wordplay. It could be different kind of meal, right? Different type of meal I'm chasing. Because he's saying I still might need my apron, right? That's a food reference. So I would think that's it. But, you know, one could argue a mill, if you get into like really deep, if you start looking up astral projection and looking into like the cosmos, a mill is like a godlike entity, and it could be considered a supreme being. It's kind of hard to put it into words, but it's considered the first and last being of the universe. I don't know if he's as deep as that. If this was Ciroc or Black Thought, I would be like, yo, I wonder if they're saying like that the head of the universe is the kind of meal that I'm chasing. But I think the meal, right, eat, is probably more relevant in this case.
Still might keep my waitress. Take season. Drip wet, mismatched clothes. Kicks fresh, tic-tac-toe. It was all a dream back home now. We want other.
Kicks fresh, tic-tac-toe, urban word for those who aren't hood or so. Kicks are just your shoes, right? So you're saying his kicks are fresh. Now tic-tac-toe is just the wordplay on the toe and the kicks, right?
Cream max off, resting when I'm rich, fact though. Promise I ain't going back, bro. You don't want your mama back, bro, but you always stepping on the crack, though. I swear I always want that, bro.
Run that back. I kind of zoned out for a few seconds there. I ain't even gonna lie.
Promise I ain't going back, bro.
He said it was all a dream back home. Now we want all the cream. Maxo, resting when I'm rich. Okay, so he's saying, I'm not going back broke. Right? Not, like, I ain't going back, bro, but going back to what? Right? Going back to being broke. Either way, I think that kind of means the same thing. He said, you don't want your mama's back broke, but you always stepping on the crack, though. That's a play on words, right? If you step on the crack, then you break your mama's back, right? That's like urban legend in the city. And then you're jumping over on the sidewalk, right? The breaks in the concrete. But he's also saying though, like you could step on the crack. Like if you step on something, you're diluting it, right? Or you could step on certain types of drugs. There's some urban wordplay in there as well that you might get if you're from the hood, right? He said, I swear I always wanted that hoe, almost had it. I was that close. But I heard the shuffle at the back door. Yo, let's get right to it.
All the dream back home now, we want all the cream back, so resting when I'm rich, fact though. Promise I ain't going back, bro. You don't want your mama back, bro, but you always stepping on the crack, though. I swear I always wanted that hoe. Almost had it, I was that close, but I heard the shuffle at the back door, and I let the Mac go. I don't know who I was blowing that, though. I know I ain't never going back, though. All black whip, back mode, Bill Clinton, get the black vote. Still spitting coke, still.
Yo, he said, I ain't never going back, though. He said, I don't even know who I was shooting at, right? He said, all black whip, Batmobile, right? Everybody knows the Batmobile car from the cartoon, from the movies. It's funny that he referenced Clinton getting the black vote. It reminds me of, what was that, Cat Williams? Like, he's like, bitch, you think you just got the black vote out top just because of your husband? He's like, bitch, we like your husband, right? She's over here pandering and shit, talking about, I always got hot sauce in my purse. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So I just think it's funny that he kind of referenced Clinton getting the black vote. I would imagine it's Hillary Clinton, and this isn't too old. For all the cats that are older like me, you might be thinking of Bill Clinton, but that would be a reference to the early 90s. Clinton would have still had the black vote. Excuse me. I am COVID positive right now, so I'm at home trying to lay low. But yo, he said still spitting pure. But he references that he brings it right back to crack coke, right? Talking about that pure coke, right? That perico, that cocaina, right? But yo, let's run it back here a little bit.
I know who I was blowing that, though. I know I ain't never going back, though. All black with that mode. Bill Clinton, get the black vote. Still spitting pure crack coke. Still skinny with the tats, though. Yeah, I'm getting a little fat, though, but I'm laughing to the bank of fat jokes. Best around here, and that goes for any motherfucking laugh show. I ain't got no spirit animal, but if you listen, you can hear the black goat.
Yo. And yo, look at his face right there. He knows the wordplay is sick. You can just see it on his face, like, they ain't gonna get it, right? But what he's talking about there, if you run it back, he's saying, I'm laughing to the bank, right? I'm laughing all the way to the bank at fat jokes from people that might be out there talking shit, right? Kind of reminds me of Nicki Minaj when she came out. And she was like, in her Barbie voice early on, was like, yeah, I'm laughing all the way to the bank, bitch. Like, all right. But he said, best around here. And that goes for anywhere the fucking map shows, right? That means I'm the best around no matter where you point. He said, I ain't got no spirit animal. Some people are like, the wolf is my spirit animal. The eagle is my spirit animal. This is my zodiac sign. This is my woo, woo, woo. Then he said, I ain't got one of those. But if you listen, you can hear the black goat, right? The play on words, the greatest of all time. He's talking about he's the black goat. All you gotta do is listen, which you're obviously already doing. But don't listen. If you listen, you can hear it. Yo, the play on words is just sick. I'm a little too high for that play on words right now, but it's sick with it.
I ain't got no spirit animal, but if you listen, you can hear the black goat.
Woo!
Is that so? They dissing, I ain't hearing that though. I just can't get my ears that low. If we talking shit, I'ma talk, man. If we offing shit, I'ma off, man. You at the right place at the wrong time. Man, your life is taken. We all try and get us out of it. Y'all guys on the value in you. Small fries with the talent in you. Hawk guys, where the violence went too off.
Yo, the wordplay. Now I see what they mean. I must have just heard an off video because I checked this cat out and I randomly chose a video and it was nice. The flow was nice, but the wordplay wasn't quite there. And I was like, he's cool. I might check out another song. But I checked out that the one called Black Man. And then this is the What's Poppin' remix. So I'm only on my third song ever from this cat. But yo, the wordplay is starting to show its face here. He's saying, if we're talking shit, then I'm gonna talk mine, right? But if we offing shit, yo, I'm gonna off mine too, right? Like, yo, I'm whatever you want to do. Kind of like referencing Malcolm X. He said, yo, if you want peace, we bring peace and we come in peace. But the minute that you get violent, know that our brothers will get violent too. Like, we're either way, we're not playing, but we'll come to the table and meet you where you are. Yo, that's just sick that he's saying that with so few words. He said, yo, I'm off mine. You're at the right place, but at the wrong time, right? Instead of that play on words. We heard that from Black Thought in that freestyle flex, right? Catch you at the right time in the wrong place, right? There's some play on that. Now your life's at stake, and we all trying to get it solid with you. He said, y'all guys are on the value menu, right? You're cheap, bro. He said small fries, bro. Value menu fries, bro. You got the baby fries. He said, I put a talent in you, like an eagle talent, right? Where the violence went to. I think that's right where we were.
All guys on the value menu, small fries, put a talent in you. Hawk guys, where the violence went to offline. I draw, man, at your jawline. Don't know y'all can, but I dog, man. Got a few hoes and they all mine. If you ask them, man, they all lying. Got a few phones, they got all lines and they call mine. Like, what the fuck you at the mall buying that? All of a sudden I get all time. Try to put a summer with the fall line.
Yo, he's just playing on the words here. He's just saying, I draw mine at your jawline, right? Your jawline is right here. Basically saying he'll raise that pistol to you. I don't know your kind, but I kill mine, right? I dog mine. I overwhelm mine. I'm the master of this shit. Got a few hoes and they're all mine. If you ask them, man, they all lying. Bitches be tripping. Got a few phones. They all got lines. All right. And they call mine. Like, what the fuck? What you at the mall? He said, all of a sudden I got Alzheimer's, right? I don't remember shit. He said, I put the white behind me like it's small as eyes. Woo. Let's see. All right, let's get it back. Look at that. He said, like, I'm still standing like a long line, right? I'm still acting like I've gone blind. Yo.
Man, they all lying, got a few phones, they got all lines, and they call mine like, what the fuck you at the mall buying that? All of a sudden I get all time, trying to put a summer with the fall line. I the white behind me like it's small as eyes, and I'm still standing like a long line, and I'm still acting like I've gone blind when it come down to the hey, oh me, oh mine. Shit don't bother me, no lie, cause I'm top 5 in most sides, and I'm not 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm the shit, E. coli.
Yo, this motherfucker said, yo, I'm the top 5, and in most eyes, I'm not 2, 3, 4, or 5, right? He said, yo, to most cats that know me, I'm number 1 in this shit. Yo, that's sick. I don't know enough of this guy's catalog to say that he's better than, a Joyner Lucas, a Kendrick Lamar, a J. Cole, a Montana of 300, a Nobi Wigway, let alone a Nas, a KRS-One, for all the old school heads, Slick Rick, right, Rakim. So I don't know where you place him in that long list of dudes. That's a lot, though, saying that you're number 1. But I guess in hip-hop, right, that's kind of part of it, the confidence. If you don't think you're number 1, then who will, right? So, and I'm sure that's why he's stating that. And he said, I'm the shit. He's the E. coli, right? E. coli you can get from many things. I imagine shit as well. Let's wrap it up.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't give a nigga a low 5. I'd go live and tell him go die.
He said, I ain't gonna give you no high 5, motherfucker. I wouldn't even give you a low 5.
3, 4, 5. I'm the shit, E. coli. He know why. I wouldn't give the nigga a low 5. I'd go live and tell him go die. Told him I got free smoke, why? Cause nowadays I don't need smoke. I swear I done climbed a tree so high that C5445. I'll typo your bow tie. They shooting, but they bully with the blame. They feel away, it's really in they.
That's just a wordplay with the inventor of Tybo. His name was Billy Blanks. He said, I'll Tybo your bow tie. They shooting, but they Billy with the blanks, right? Ooh, I think that's going over a lot of people's heads.
They shooting, but they bully with the blanks. They feel away, it's really in their face. They really want to kill me, but they can't. I'm thinking, gotta give me what it takes. They ain't gotta give me, I'ma take. I'm Jeffrey cleaning out the bed.
Is that a shout out to Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? you know, Jeffrey cleaning, right? Cleaning out the banks. Phil Banks, wasn't that Will Smith's uncle, right? Uncle Phil face.
G, that's how she tastes. My ex, she leaving out the taste. Not really. Gotta give me what it takes. They ain't gotta give me, I'ma take it. I'm Jeffrey cleaning out the base. Nestle, G, that's how she tastes. My ex, she.
Nestle is actually not far. It's actually in Illinois, in DeKalb, Illinois. It's a Nestle company. They have a variety of different chocolates and different products that they offer, all stemming from Nestle chocolate. And he's saying, yo, that's how she tastes, right? She tastes like chocolate. He said, my ex, yo, she leaves an aftertaste, bro.
I'm thinking, gotta give me what it takes. They ain't gotta give me, I'ma take it. I'm Jeffrey cleaning out the base. Nestle, G, that's how she tastes. My ex, she leaving out the taste. Not really, I just had to say it. Rap niggas chillin', now they dead. This for the streets, yeah. Click clan, nigga, this for my peace. Yeah, this one for keeps. I did so much for you, nigga, this one for me. Yeah, she visiting me. Yeah, cause I'm on the watch. This one for Lee.
Ooh, yo, and the Philip watches are sick. They're just at that above standard level, right? It's just something that's better than it. I don't think it's not quite as. I believe the most expensive watch to ever sell was a Rolex, but if I'm not mistaken, this one is number 2 or 3. I don't know off the top though.
I kill him for free. Leaving out the taste. Not really, I just had to say it. Rap niggas chillin', now they dead. This for the streets, yeah. Click clan, nigga, this for my peace. Yeah, this one for keeps. I did so much for you, nigga, this one for me. Yeah, she visiting me. Yeah, cause I'm on the watch. This one for Lee. I kill him for free and get back on the beat without missing a beat. Listen to me. They should bow down and be kissing my feet.
That's what they would do to royalty, right? You know, back then you would bow down and kiss someone's feet if they were above you or superior to you.
Listen to me, they should bow down and be kissing my feet. She was bigger than me, she wouldn't be what it is if it isn't for me. Yeah, she missing a G, there's other fish in the sea, it isn't that deep. Rest on my beat without missing a beat. Listen to me, they should bow down and be kissing my feet. She was bigger than me, she wouldn't be what it is if it isn't for me. Yeah, she missing a G, there's other fish in the sea, it isn't that deep. Rest on my wrist.
Yo, you know, a lot of people say that's a play on words, right? He's saying a lot of people say there's a lot of fish in the sea. When you're single, you know, there's even dating sites that play on that, right? Like Plenty of Fish, right? They're talking about fish in the sea. But he's saying, yo, she was bigger than me. She wouldn't be what it is if it isn't for me. Yeah, she's missing her G. It's other fish in the sea, but it isn't that deep, right? He's just telling you, yo, there's not many options. There's not as many options as you think there are. Sick.
Matter of fact, I'm a rest when I'm richer than me. Hey.
Hey, yo. That's sick. And like I said, I've checked out his work before, and I got more impressed as I kept going on. Black Man was definitely a good track from him, but I like the wordplay in this one much better, even though I like the Malcolm X references in the last video. But yo, I'm excited to check out some more of this cat's work. If you're a fan of this cat, you're a fan of the video, yo, don't forget to like, but also subscribe to the channel as we get into some more of his music.